so confident in it.
5:30.
Okay.
Call the meeting to order with the roll call.
Lexi Murphy,
Here.
Steve Perrin,
Here.
Carol Honkamp,
Here.
Jay Jones,
Here.
Jeannie Enra,
Here.
Brenda Eagle Cruz.
Here. That is a quorum. Our third item on the agenda is to approve the agenda for tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, one motion, any second?
I'll second.
You've been seconded by Martha Monroe. Do we have any discussion regarding these items before we approve the agenda? Okay, all in favor of said agenda, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Agenda approved. Item number 4, respond to notice of unemployment claim, which was received this week for the terminated employee. The response needs to be returned as of the Tuesday, which is why we needed to get your thoughts on that or your direction as to what action to take, whether it is checking the box at the top or checking the box in any other spots, but
If you say no, then you just don't have to check anything?
It says.
yeah, at the top.
Right, right.
Yeah, I said, if you just check that one, then
Yes.
then
That's
that's
it,
it.
Then
Okay.
you said, yeah, then you just have to respond in some way.
You just have to put in what was discharged right there in the bottom.
If you choose that. If protest is,
Oh, if you protest, then you
then
have to
we
go
will,
in.
then we'll just that one, or,
Yep.
yeah. In this case, it would be just that number 5. And then you will provide the information for the fact-finding interview, which then is done, the interview, or the hearing is done over the phone. Typically with the lawyer for both sides, and then a determination is made from there. So, you could go.
So like in favor of call it fish on then?
I'll send it up with her, and
Either way, like if we approve it or disapprove it?
well,
Or only if we
If we,
approve?
Only
if
if we
we
protest.
disapprove it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choose to protest. Or disqualification because of the following select item.
Okay.
My recommendation would be to not protest this claim. I'd make that a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. So moved and seconded. Any further discussion before we call for a vote? Whether the opportunities or ways you would want me to proceed with filling this paperwork out.
It's really not going to,
Change anything.
right, it's really not going to affect much.
Yeah,
It would
Yeah.
give her the opportunity to receive some compensation for wages.
Probably cause us a lot less hassle too.
Are you ready to call for a vote then? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, all in favor of responding no protest to the unemployment claim, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, thank you for your direction on that. And the last item on the agenda is just to get some thoughts on, obviously posting the vacancy and how to proceed, in what role, what capacity. This is your chance to change your mind about whatever you've done before in the past, or if you choose to. And there had been discussion previously of a clerk/administrator type role, which I think we have a copy of, that had been generated here before in the past. And Carolyn agreed to see that. And
Is it something that we can maybe like talk to more about and give us more time to read over it and do it next week, Monday or Tuesday? Or whatever day, whatever time, whenever
Well,
we're
do
gonna show up.
you wanna, when you wanna post it,
That's what we're
That's,
looking
yeah,
to do.
we don't have to
Can-
worry about
can-
that.
can-
Oh, we don't have to
Yeah.
worry
You
about
got
it.
time to
Just
read
the
it.
Oh,
steps,
okay.
just whether we should
You must
post
be
and
able
what the
to say,
title
yes,
or
we agree to post it as
general
a
category should
job,
be,
city
so.
clerk, and then whatever we want to do, or if we want a city clerk / administrator, or a city clerk maybe plus an administrator. Because this would be the time, I mean, if we're gonna do it, this would be the time to do it.
You know, we talked about that at one point in time, having
Right. I mean, you're kind of,
an
yeah.
administrator,
Yeah,
you know, when we put Kelly in charge of the, you know, superintendent of utilities,
right.
that's when we had that whole discussion. But, you know, this might be an opportunity that we could put a clerk in position and also an administrator in position, and then have the deputy clerk also in the office.
Right,
So three of them.
Three of them,
three of them, which they used to have.
yeah.
Do we have the funds for that though?
I don't know.
Because you're talking, you know, how much we raise
Well,
her
if you
wages.
have
just
an
as clerk.
administrator though, you wouldn't have to have the clerk do a lot of this stuff. So
Right.
your pay wouldn't have to be,
Yeah, you're not.
As
You're
your
not
pay
paying,
would
you're
come
not
down.
paying the clerk as much.
right,
Not
because
necessarily.
you could give the budget away, you could give a lot of different things away.
Shared, right?
And then it
Yeah.
also depends on, you know, what sort of experience, you know,
Yeah.
the
Either one
employees
has.
Right.
have.
Right.
Um,
So I don't know if it'd be good to set it out for both and then see what kind of
I would say,
response we get.
yeah,
I
I
think we
could
could try it.
do both and kind of see how it goes.
You know, we can always
See what you get.
change our
Yeah,
minds.
see what we get
You know,
for
we don't have to.
response. Right, we don't know.
You know, the thing is, we could, you know, for an immediate solution, we could advertise for a clerk position.
Yes, to
and
get
fill
that
the-
started.
Fill the clerk position and get that in place,
Right,
and then work on an administrator position to fill that, you know, at a later date. But,
Right.
We're
right.
kind of in need of a,
And then we could see more, because we'd be in the new fiscal year too. Yeah, because we only got a month left.
I
Right.
mean, that's just a thought.
Yeah,
Just-
I like that idea.
Yeah, it makes me no difference
To
too.
clarify, then you would say not post and vote
You'd wait,
tomorrow,
just
for
post one
example.
first.
You would, or you could and just say
Yeah, I'm
no,
not
take
saying-
action.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Necessarily.
to do that, but yeah, I mean, we are in need of filling the
City
clerk
clerk.
position that this,
Yeah.
you know,
Kind of as soon as we can.
urgently.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what we get for people with the clerk, and maybe there's somebody that's
Got
got a bit
more.
more qualifications that could do
There you
both.
go.
Right, that's a
You know,
possibility
that's,
too.
that would be a good one, you know.
Right.
True.
I think some of that, some of it would help just the staffing to have 3 people in the office. You know, for certain reasons.
Yep.
Are you cool with that?
All right.
So if we would do like an add up and do city clerk, and then do another one with city, and then, I mean, basically, you wouldn't have to do a whole lot of difference, just
Right.
run the 2 ads.
Yeah, to make them,
And I don't know
for
where
sure
they,
that they're separate entities.
yes, 2 separate things, so they don't think it is the same job.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we need a clerk first.
Yes, but the
Yeah.
clerk is our priority. Yep.
And then some of the administration responsibility that Sandy was doing could
Go to that
Oh,
first,
yeah.
go to,
right.
you know, an
What-
administrator.
What do you feel that we need administrator, what duties would more that they would do, you know, compared to a clerk administrator or something like that? You know,
When
is
I
there-
was
is there
looking at
enough
your
work?
top, when I looked at your top sheet, just,
Yeah.
I felt 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 could all be administration. Because they represent, but they could go to all our different meetings that come up, so the city clerk wouldn't have to leave and do that. They could do the budget, and I know that's, I think, what Dawson and Chapman and all did that.
Is this from?
This is one we had,
Ours,
the
yeah.
first one, job description, clerk administrator, yeah.
Okay.
That's
This
what I'm
is
talking
something
about.
that we had.
This
This
is what
is-
we've
this is-
had in our file.
This is what you got in your file?
Right, the other one underneath it was one that I got sent to me.
Okay.
But, So, and I think the reports and making sure the budget was filed and some of those rules and stuff so that your other person is just doing office work, more of that.
We wouldn't have to pay them as much
No.
because they're not gonna do budget or
No,
all that other stuff.
and not that they shouldn't help with it and
Yeah.
everybody gets together on it, just like Kelly's got to too,
Yeah.
what he needs. But,
And then your administrator would come, come to the meetings.
right,
And then represent in different stuff and
right.
why write, what do you call those things? Yeah, stuff. Now, how many cities around here actually have administrators anymore? I know.
A lot of your bigger ones do. I think
Sheldon
even
probably
Hartley does,
does.
don't they, maybe?
Hart is
Spencer
that?
does.
Huh?
Spencer does.
Yeah.
Spencer does, Sheldon does, Orange City does.
Yeah.
I don't know about Sibley, for sure. But I know Primgar does not, but they have talked about it, because they thought, and I had at one time, when we talked to Sandy about it, thought maybe if we did get it, we could coincide with them. Have one that would go half-time here and half-time there. I don't know if that'd be
Oh.
confusing or not, or, then you could split the pay.
Sure.
But I don't know if that would even be a workable thing for them or us. So, but I know people do it anymore. They drive Orange City, they work together, our different counties work together, so I would think towns could do the same thing.
Some school superintendents.
Yep,
Yeah, school.
We're sharing some.
Yeah, you saw that Ryan had talked about it one time, I think, with
I think they do
Marcus.
too. Oh, that could have been.
Yeah, Hartley does, don't they? Or-
Yeah, we share with Hartley right now.
Yeah,
Some
some stuff like maintenance guy.
Yeah, there'd be some things that a city manager or administrator would take care of HR and take care of,
Yeah.
Right.
all of that too. I,
Maybe we could get more money from government stuff, right, what, I can't think of.
Well, if there was any grant writing and stuff like
Grants.
that, yeah.
There you go, easy word.
Yeah, I have that problem some days.
Yeah.
and I
Or
know,
often than I-
Old timers.
Yeah, we'll try
Yeah,
that.
that's all.
No, but something
They just
like
gotta
that,
make
where
sure
we
they
can start
just
getting more of
bring
this
us
money,
the stuff.
the government.
Well,
has
that's it, and that
to hand out money.
would definitely be on there.
Yeah.
then, we may not find anybody that had the experience that Sandy had.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Well, I know to find someone sometimes in your small areas is difficult to do.
Maybe we could find somebody in a bigger town that wants to move to a small town
That's right.
and stuff, take that responsibility,
Yeah.
yeah, just anything can happen.
Because that's what's
Right.
happened, you look at our town, there's, people moving from big towns and out of state, and
Right. Because they want to come back.
they,
Or for their children,
they want to
nothing
live in a
else.
smaller
Yep.
community, where it's not as expensive to live sometimes.
Yep.
I will make the motion to post for, city clerk and for the administrator.
Two separate.
Two separate ones.
Okay? I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to post new roles available as administrator/manager and city clerk. And any other further discussion or?
So you'll have, it'll be two separate
Yes.
position postings.
Two
So,
separate.
we're gonna post them at the same time, or we're just gonna,
I think you can post them at the same time, don't you? Or do you think we should wait?
I would say maybe do the city clerk and then a
First.
week later do the
Or
administrator.
even 2 weeks?
Or
later,
2 weeks
yeah.
later do the administrator.
That's,
And see what we get. If we
Yeah.
get something, maybe they might qualify for the
right, that
city
they can do
administrator.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like you said, it'd be nice to have just a city clerk,
yeah, to get that one going.
just, to,
Yes.
to do the clerk work and all that other stuff.
Right. And let Whitney go back to her 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then that would work with you, you could help her out and,
Give her salary
or
and
he
stuff.
or she, or, and then.
Okay, so
So,
you're,
We're revising the motion?
yes, a motion and a
I'm
second.
gonna I will revise my motion to post the city clerk immediately, wait 2 weeks to post the manager position, the administrator/manager position.
And I'll still second that.
Okay. Everyone's in the understanding of what the motion and is stated, as stated. All in favor then of posting city clerk first, waiting 2 weeks and posting an administrator manager position, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? All in favor, that is passed as a motion to post, and that puts the weight on their shoulders for the next steps to review candidates and then respond back to you. Not likely probably by June 6th, but maybe another one.
Never know.
Right,
Because
never
every
know.
night you can't
I've
get it
got
out
another meeting.
hardly.
But, yeah, we're gonna go
If
back
that's
to
your maybe we can get maybe mailed out. Get it posted different places maybe. And we can put it on our website. We can put it online. Do they do
Is
Facebook?
there a state network that you can post jobs on?
ads.
Yeah,
The state you can.
yeah, that's what I was wondering, if we could
Okay.
post on that too.
Good idea.
I think you just have to, yeah, get a hold of them and.
Okay, well, we have no other items on our agenda, which means we could
I move to
entertain.
adjourn.
I'll second.
Steve and Lexi. That motion. Any other discussion before adjournment? Otherwise, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
There.
There you go. Brenda, do you want these back?
Anybody's ever-
Yeah, probably if we don't need them. Got the same numbers.
And I'll see if I can get the right one.
Oh, for the ad post.